Hello everyone and welcome to English with Nasrin. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a website called AnswerGarden.ch, and this website is quite interesting because it's a really good tool for teachers to use during their lessons. Now, the idea of using Answer Garden in your classrooms is really to help teachers elicit information from their learners after posing a certain question, or even just for brainstorming, goals or ideas as well. So, another thing about Answer Garden that you might find interesting is that neither you nor your students need to actually sign up or create an account, which is also something really fascinating. An Answer Garden page or web page looks like something like this here, where you could see the word interesting is really the biggest. So that means a lot of students have actually typed in that word. And we could see smaller words like, for example, great idea, or other words that are smaller. That means less students have actually typed in that word, but you could see really small words like fabulous. That means that only one or two students have actually typed in that word. So in order to work with Answer Garden, all you need to do is just click on the plus button here, and you would automatically be sent to this page where you need to, set the settings for how you want your Answer Garden to receive certain answers or entries from your students. So the first thing you need to start with is ask a question, and I'm just going to post in the question that I usually start the beginning of the year with, where I have the question, what qualities make a great teacher? Now, this is a nice question. I really like to start at the beginning of the year just to see what the expectations are of my students and so on. And I'm also going to be sharing a number of questions below this YouTube video as well that you might find interesting and kind of nice to, use during your lessons as well, just to generate, a discussion or elicit certain words or vocabularies as well. So in this case, I'm just going to post that question. And then as I scroll down, I could see that there are different settings that I could work with and change. So for example, here, I have the classroom mode, which is really the one that I usually go with and use when I'm using Answer Garden with my students. But in this today, I'm going to actually choose something else, and I'm going to choose brainstorm. And the only difference that is really between brainstorm and classroom is that with brainstorm, the same student could, send the same word more than once. And because I'm going to be using it in the hat of a teacher and also a student, I would really like to post the same word more than once so I could show you what it actually looks like in the end. But I usually go with classroom when I'm actually doing it with my students. And you also have the option of moderator when you would like to delete or remove certain answers that have been submitted that you do not find relevant to be posted on your Answer Garden web page. And you have also the option of locked, where that means no one could actually type in words or send them and to be posted through Answer Garden. So I'm just going to stick with brainstorm and scroll down to show you more settings. And here you get to decide the length of the word, or sometimes they can type more than a word. They could type up to 40 characters, but I'm going to stick with 20 because I just want them to write an adjective, a word really that describes, great teachers that they think characteristics they think that teachers should have. So let me just scroll down more, and here you have an admin password that you might find important to do if you want to later on go in and change certain things with this page that you want to share with your students. So I'm just going to type in the password and scroll down. And here I have an option of typing in my email, and the Answer Garden the final Answer Garden web page will be actually emailed to me. And here I also have the option of spam filter. That means that it could be off or on, but if you click on, it would automatically work and detect certain words like swear words or irrelevant words that you do not want them to be projected on your Answers Garden screen. So you might go with on, and you also have the option of how you want your students to submit the characters of their letters. For example, you want them to be lowercase, uppercase, or no change. I'm just going to stick with lowercase in this case, and scroll down, and you have also the option of how you want them to get to the web page that you want to share. And if you click on 1 hour, 1 day, or 1 week, that means that sometimes people nearby or that are using other devices might come along and see this web page. So I would rather go with hidden, so it would be only for me and my students to use. So once I've done all of this, I just go to create, and then I get to the question. So here's the question: what qualities make a great teacher? And now I'm going to show you how your students, once they post an answer, what you get to see as a teacher. So I'm just going to copy this and open up another web page. Okay, I'm going to open up another web page and paste that. So you could see here I could post my answers. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure you get to see that, and I'm going to post the answers. I'm going to write, let's see, understanding. I'm going to write that one more time because I want to show you what it actually looks like once students have posted one word more than another. I'm going to write patient and post that. I'm going to write also caring and post that. I'm going to type in caring one more time and post it. Let's just type in the word kind and post that. Type in again kind and post that. And again kind and post that word. Let's see. Understanding, kind, caring, patient. Okay, I think we have quite enough just to show the idea of what it looks like. So as I move around with the mouse, you could see that caring, only 2 students posted that word, and 3 posted the word kind, and then understanding 3, and patient only 1. So, and I of course chose the option of brainstorming. If I would have chosen the option of classroom, then I could only post that one word once. So that's why I usually go with the classroom, option more than brainstorm. And as you are working with this with your students, you might want to click on refresh in order to make sure that you get to see what everyone is posting live. A few more things that I would like to show you is that over here you could actually ways of how you could share this with your students or other people you would like to work with. The links you could just copy and send to them. You could actually export your work and send the results, or the final AnswerGarden spread. Let's say that the screen you get, you could actually select from these options. I usually go with download image and I send it to my students later on. You could just download it and then send that image. You could also ask your students to join, and type in their answers by just, showing them this QR instead of a link, which is actually easier for them. And you have other options as well, but these are the most important ones that I think you might want to really look at. For example, you have admin when you want to change certain things, and here you're going to need your the password you typed in. And again, you just refresh and more answers would be shown while your students are sharing. So this is it about AnswerGarden. I hope you find this video useful and that you would really like to use AnswerGarden with your students. Thank you for watching and all the best.